I would like to talk about slightly different but still related subjects. And I've got slides. I got the biggest slides, so could I please have my slides? Yeah, that's looking good. So I want to talk about graphing calculators. Well, what are graphing calculators? They got something to do with math, I gather. And you usually buy them for high school, and then you use them a while you're in high school. And yeah, then you throw them away because there's a new model out by the time you're out of high school, and nobody's going to buy your old thing on eBay. Maybe you'll get lucky and you can sell it for $10, but chances are not that great. Or B, you get into university and your university teacher tells you, no, you can't use that model, you need another one. So anyway, chances are you're going to not need it anymore. So what a waste, right? So I've been thinking, let's give these things a second life. And the idea I had was how would it be to turn this calculator into a handheld musical instrument? Oh, think about it. These things have a decent CPU, okay. If we talk about Game Boys and stuff, Z80 at 6 megahertz is not so bad. They're small and they're lightweight, so they're really portable. And they're really robust because they're made for school kids who throw them around and stuff. Like, I've dropped mine from several meters high several times and it's still totally fine. So, yeah, they make perfect handheld device. Only problem, they actually don't have sound, which is kind of a problem if you want to make an instrument from it. So, well, how are we going to do this? Well, what they do have, these calculators in general, they do have a analog serial I/O. They have a link port, so you can exchange data between calculators or between a calculator and a computer, which is, it's just a serial 1-bit line, or in case of the Texas Instruments calculators I'm using, it's a dual 1-bit line. That's all nice and good, but how do we make music with that? And by music, I mean actual music. Like, just making a simple beep is not a problem. Like, okay, you switch the 1-bit line off, after a while you switch it off again. That's what your PC speaker used to do back in the day, every day, right? But we want something more complex, so how do we do that? And the solution to that is we can trick the hardware. And there's actually, in the world of the so-called 1-bit music, there are several tricks that you can use. For time reasons, I'm just going to talk about one. This one works like this. CPUs are actually pretty fast compared to other things, such as, for example, speaker cones, which compared to CPUs are pretty slow. So if the CPU flips the 1-bit line from 0 to 1, the speaker cone is going to do something like this. It takes a while before it moves its cone from the retracted state to the fully expanded state. So if I have that CPU switch that 1-bit line really fast from on to off and so forth, what's going to happen? Right, the speaker cone is not going to be able to keep up with that, and it's going to start to float somewhere between the extremes. And that's basically all I need to do more complex music, right? Thing is, you actually need some really accurate machine code to pull this off. You need perfect timing, otherwise you're going to get side noises and all that kind of stuff. So what did I do? I sat down and learned assembly. And I wrote a program called Houston Tracker to make music on my TI calculator. And it sucked. So I got a bit depressed for a while, and I put the calculator away. And then later on, motivation got me again. And I made another program called Houston Tracker 2. And this time it turned out pretty decent, I think. It's a full chiptune music editor running natively on all kinds of TI calculators. Yeah, basically all the common models. It doesn't work on the new color models, unfortunately, because they removed the link port from those. So too bad, bummer. But if you can get a hands on an old one, it will work on most of them. And it's free and open source, so you can just grab it from the project site, right? So with that out of the way, I think I would like to give you a little tour of the program. So I now need the camera again. Yes, thanks. And I suppose we'll have the problem that, yeah, we can't see anything on this thing, can we? Do you think that's going to help?
Try.
Okay, I'll try to fiddle this in. Yeah, it's not too bad, eh? Okay. So how does this thing work? Basically, same principle. It's a tracker. It's got a vertical running sequencer. Actually, anything runs vertically in time always runs vertically in tracker programs. And you got little building blocks called patterns from which you build the song. So first thing you do, you add a couple of patterns, right? And then you start putting stuff into them. Like, okay, 1 sec. I'm going to switch a few things. Oh, maybe I should also put in a sound cable into that thing, because otherwise we might not hear that much. Might be really helpful. Okay, so I'm just going to put like a really simple bass line here. Yep. What's that? Okay. Well, that's pretty slow and pretty boring, so I'm going to make it a little faster, and I'm also going to put in some drums to spice things up a bit. And now it sounds like this. Yeah, okay, so that's how that works. And okay, so just to round things up, I'm gonna play to you a little track I've composed a while back with one of the earlier betas. That's why I have it on another calculator. And for the rest, I hope you enjoy the rest of SteemFest, and you'll have a blast at the bar later. And let's get some music going, right? Here we go. Yeah, it goes on like this. Okay, that's all I wanted to show. Thanks.
Okay, wow, thank you, man. Do you want to do a guest appearance tonight when Kevin Wong is playing the decks, maybe?
Well, I should have brought my other stuff, which I
Okay.
didn't. So,
Well, let's see about it.
so it goes.
Do live, yeah, go live.
That'd be still quite a bit of preparation to get a set going.
Really? How long did it take you to program the song?
I don't know, a couple of days.
A couple of
Something
days
like
for one
a day
song?
or so. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, it takes a while. Trackers are not the fastest interface, unfortunately.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Okay, thanks a lot. So, guys, I just got great news. I heard the bar is going to be open. And then slowly we move into the last session for the midday, which will be happy hour. So I guess maybe happy hour, we'd make it a happy hour. And then, yeah, don't take too much drugs, but please do take something to drink. And then we continue with the